Hello awesome people, welcome back to paasolo creation video tutorial. In this video we are going to design this in Adobe Photoshop. No design skills required. We are going to start right at the beginning and work ourselves through to the end. So stick with me if you want to know how to apply this background effects, how to apply this text effects, and how to arrange your layers as when you are designing. And please, if you want to become my personal student, I will leave my WhatsApp contact in the description below, so please pick the number, WhatsApp me, and it's very affordable. Alright, without further ado, let's jump right in. So first of all, go to File, click on New, under Print, select A4, then click on Create. A new document is going to open for you, so I can use Ctrl O to zoom in 100%. Then from there, I'll bring in my logo. So this is my church logo. Then with my rectangle tool selected, I'll draw a rectangle like this and give it this color, and I will remove stroke if any. So I'll click on remove the stroke and I'll get something like this. So you can see that my logo is hiding behind the layers. So if you want to understand layers is something that if something covers it completely, you cannot see it. But if we reduce the opacity of the image, or there's something that is covering over it, you can see the image through. So we want to see the logo completely, so we will move the rectangle beneath the first layer 1 or the logo, and we are going to get something like this, and this is what we are actually looking for. All right, then with my text tool selected, I'll type in my first text, then Ctrl A to highlight the text, and go to window, select character, and you have the character panel. Then I will change this one to Tuesday font, and I love this font so much, and I will leave a link in the description below for you to download the font. So in this case, you can see that my font is all in caps. So if I want to change it to small case, I'll just click on the T here. The T means it is making all the text caps. Then when I'm done, I'll click on this mark or enter to apply changes, and from there Ctrl T for free transform. Then I can scale my text using the edges. When you are done, just click on enter to apply changes, and I can also center the present. For me to center something in Photoshop, go to select, then select all, and make sure that the present is selected, or what you want to make it center is selected, and then use the align option at the top to align center. Then when you are done, go to select, then deselect the selection. All right, then from here I'll type in the church name, then I'll change it to any color that I can see well. Then from there I'll change this one from the Tuesday night and use Arial. Arial is a default font in Photoshop, so I guess anyone will have it. Then you see that this one to my text is small case, so I'll click on the double T to make it uppercase. Then Ctrl T, or go to edit, select transform, free transform, shortcut is T. Then I will increase the size of it. Then I will move the text up. So with the text already on a free transform edge, when I move to edge like this, you can see that it turns to a rotate sign, which means I can rotate the text. I will rotate it like this, and I will move it a bit. All right, so when you are done, click enter to accept changes. All right, then from here I'll take my text tool again and type in. When you are done, click on enter, and I'll change the font to Akagi Pro. Then Ctrl T for the free transform, and I will use that one to scale it up using the edges. and I don't want too much space in it, so I will reduce the tracking to 0 and hit on enter. Then I will increase the text again. Something like this is okay. It works perfectly fine for me. Alright, so from here, Control plus to zoom in, then hold your space bar and pan around your document. So from here, I will make a duplicate of the Holy Spirit. So Control J to make a duplicate. So let me check. You see that the duplicate was made. So let me move it down a bit. Then I'll double click on it and replace with O. I'll double click on this one too and remove the O and replace with space. Then from there, click on the move to accept changes. Then I'll move this text here and Control T for the free transform, and I'll increase the size of it, and then I'll make sure that it has entered into the other text like the L and the H, so that I can get that nice effect. Then I'll move it down a bit to my satisfaction. Then from here, then with your layer O selected, hold on Control and click on the text on the layer side, and you see that it will make a selection for you. Then come and click on the Holy Spirit and click on add a mask. So it's going to hide everything. Don't worry, just hold Control and click on I, Control I to invert the text. Then from here, I will select the O again, then Control T for free transform, and I will reduce the size, and you see the effect that we are getting. Alright, then from here I'll make a copy of the Holy Spirit, and you can see that when I made a copy, it is. Then from here, with my text tool selected again, I'll type in the next text. Click on it to accept changes, then use the edges to scale it up to fit the one that we already have, just like this, and you are good to go. Alright, so from here I can change the color of the text of the O by selecting it and picking the color up, and you can use the same color effects. Alright, so you see that the text effects, we also apply the shadow at the bottom here, so please make sure you watch to the end to know all of these. Okay, so from here, with the help of rectangle tool, I'll draw a rectangle like this. Okay, then this one I don't want any fill, so I'll turn the fill off, and I want stroke. Then from here, I will change the pixels of the stroke to maybe 4. Hit on enter to accept changes. Then from here, click on your move tool, and let's see what we get. So from here, I'll select the direct selection tool, and with the layer selected, I'll drag in the middle and hold the shift to keep the moving in proportion, and leave it as I am okay, and click on yes to accept changes. So you see that you have shifted the thing from this side to the other side. Then I'll make sure that I move the rectangle to behind the first rectangle here, so that it will be under it. Then from here, with the help of rectangle marquee tool, I'll draw a rectangle shape like this, very big one, to cover a lot of space. Then from there, I'll add a mask to that. So make sure that you have selected the rectangle tool. Where is it? Mine is here. Then I'll add a mask to it. Then I'll invert the mask again. Control I to invert the mask. Then click on the move tool, click outside, and you see you have gotten this effect. So with the help of my text tool, I'll bring in my next text. Then Control T for free transform, and I'll increase the edges and position it in the middle. Alright, then for this one, I want the Arial font, and I'll change it to Nile. So here it totally depends on you. So I'll select all of them and then I'll move it up a bit like this. Okay, so from here I'll quickly add my images. So I have already made a selection on the images, so go to your source file and please, I will leave the source file, the PSD file is here, the images, the background that I will be using, all of them is here, so I will leave all of them in the description. Click and hold to select all your images, then move it into Photoshop, then click on enter to accept changes, enter. So just position your images like this in Photoshop. All right, so you just drag and position them as I have done here. I don't want this video to be too long, and I've done this again and again in different videos. So if you want to know how to make a selection, I will leave a video in the description below for you to go and watch to know how to make a selection perfectly. All right, so from here I'll go to my source files again, then with my background open, I'll drag and drop this into Photoshop. So I have already made it, so when you drop it in Photoshop, you are going to get something like this. Then just rotate it upside down, so you can right click on it and rotate 90 degrees and you are going to get this. Then with your edges selected, hold on Alt and drag over it, and it is going to scale from the center to the outside. When you are done, click on enter or click on the mark here to accept changes. Then I'll move it all the way down to this place and you can see the effect that we have now. So I'll change all of this to white color by selecting both and changing it to white. Very simple. Then I'll change the name of the church also to white. Okay, then I'll change the line that we drew here also to white. So for that one, click on U or click on any of the rectangle tool, then you will see the stroke here. So change the color to white and click on enter or the move tool to accept changes. All right, so from here I can also change this one to white, but this one is okay. Then I'll add the date, the time, location. So with the help of my text tool shortcut is T, then I'll type in location, change the font color to this, then I can zoom in using Ctrl plus and Ctrl minus to zoom in. Then with the help of the text tool again, I'll type the location is WhatsApp. Then I'll change the font color to white using the character tool and increase the size of this. All right, so for us to be organized, we can be grouping our work. So I can click on the lock key here to unlock it. Then I'll select this and that and group it and name it background. Then from there I'll right click and give it a yellow color for my background. Then I will use my logo, the rectangle, the name of the church, the present, Ctrl G to group all of them, and I can give this one to a color like red, and let me name it maybe logo and others. So the color will quickly help you to identify the layers of anything that you have on your document. So this is my background. I know my logo and stuff is red. Then I can add this one to the logo and stuff, but let me move it down behind this one. So we see that I am trying to be organized here. So from here with my Holy Spirit O and filled with laughter selected, Ctrl J to group all of them. and I can name this main test. And you can see, so any test, I'll give it a green color. Then you see that this is all my test, and I can add the sum to it. So this is my test for now. Alright, so let me remove the sum from it because I'll use this one for a different effect. Then I can group all my images also and name it images and give it a different color like blue for images. Alright, then from here I'll continue. In order for the background not to disturb me, I will just select the background layer and click on the lock so that that one will be locked and it can't be distracting me. Alright, so from here with the WhatsApp and the location selected, Ctrl J to make a copy. Then I'll hold on the Ctrl and move it around and move it to the other side, holding the Shift to keep it in a straight line for me. And you can see that the smart guy even shows that it is straight. Then I'll change this one to the time, date instead. And I'll bring in the date here. Alright, and then lastly I'll make a copy, Ctrl J. Then by holding the Ctrl, I'll move my text up a bit and change this one to time. Then double click on it and change this one also to alright, so when you are done, you can reduce the size because we don't want the size to be. Okay, so from here I'll add their names to it. So with the help of the text tool, then I will use Tuesday 9th for the host. Change it from uppercase and enlarge it a bit. Then with the help of the text tool again, but this time around I don't want the Tuesday 9th. Area is okay. Then the name follows. Alright, so from here I'll select both of them, Ctrl G to make a copy. Then I'll hold on the Ctrl again and move it down here like this. Then Ctrl G to make a copy again, and I'll move it to this place also, holding the Ctrl. Then this is a guest speaker. Alright, so we are almost done. And left with the test effects that you have to do to conclude this video. Then for us to be still organized, I will select all of the names that I quickly type, group all of them and name it names. But it's a text, so I'll give it a blue color. Alright, then the date, the time, location too, I can name this one as other, and I'll give it the same color. Alright, so I can add this one to the others. So you can see that we are very organized now. All of the work is in a folder, and we can easily identify them. When you see blue, you know that this is a test. Green is the main test. When you see green, green is the test. So let me change this one to green, and let me move the main test up. So when we see any green, we can see this is the main test. Blue is the image, and red is the logo and the name at the top. Then we have our background as the orange. Alright, so with the main test selected, Ctrl G to make a duplicate. Then I will hide the main test, and with the main test copy selected, Ctrl E to merge all of them together. So you see that this one is merge. When I move it, you see that it will move together. You see that it will move together. So this is the main test. So from here, with the main test merge together, and with the help of we will make a selection. So let me hide this one by just clicking on the arrows to hide it. So I'll make a selection starting from the edge here, then to this edge here, move it up, select the up, then select it down. So you see that we have made the selection, and then from here Ctrl J to make a copy. So if I hide the main one, you see that I made a copy of the top only. Then from here, with the top only selected, go to the effects and add a drop shadow. So when we add the drop shadow, you can key in the same settings. That's multiple for blending mode, 29 for opacity, angle 90, distance. So copy the same and you are going to get the same effects. So this is actually how to go about this design in Photoshop. Thank you for watching from the beginning to the end. Remember to subscribe, leave me a like, and comment below if you were able to do this, and share your work with me. Please, I will leave the PSD file, but don't go and save the same PSD file and send to me. With that, we can't really get the understanding of Photoshop. That's why I took my time to go from start to the end of this video. So when you are done with your work, save it and share with me on social media. Facebook is paasolocreates, Instagram is paasolocreates. So go to File to save your file. Go to File, then click on Save, and first of all, save it as a PSD file. So I'm going to share this one that I designed with you. PSD file of church flyer. Then locate where you want to save it to. Then I'll click on Save. This one is a PSD file which will help you to always come back and make changes to your work. Alright, then the second one that you will share with me on social media, go to File, then click on Save As, because you have already saved the file. So, and I will change the name from JPEG to, Photoshop to JPEG, which means I can save it as image and view it later. Then click on OK, and make sure you have the maximum quality. Click on OK. Then let me go to my source file, and you see the PSD file and the image is there. So I can open it and view it, and I can open it and view it, and I can also open the PSD file and do any corrections on it. So please see you next time, and look at your screen, the 2 videos we've picked for you to enjoy next. Love you.